Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Film Prophet. I am your humble host, and this is a place to journey through the recesses of despair, fear, and death through the horror genre to learn more about what it means to be human. Now, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today we're going to dive into the first tastings of Session 9. We're going to be looking at the trailer today and kind of doing a review and initial analysis as to what awaits us in this film that I believe is a really cool horror film. This is one of those films that people ask me, well, what's a good horror movie that I haven't heard of that I should watch? And immediately my response is, well, have you seen this movie? And if they say no, I'm like, that's your one. And most times it's because this movie really does. It's an atmospheric horror film that brings up a lot of questions as to what people fear. And so before we get a little bit more into that, if you guys like this type of content, please like and subscribe. And if you guys want to see a particular film, just leave it in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's jump on into the trailer.
I gotta get construction crews in here by Columbus Day, so you got a guesstimate how long?
I've got 4 really good guys. 1 week, we're gone.
That's fast.
I need the job.
So the loonies are outside in the real world, and here we are with the keys to the loony bin, boys.
You might actually want to be grateful. You're about to make some decent money.
What's the catch?
Patricia Willard scandal, 1984.
I want you to try to remember what happened 24 years ago.
Use your imagination.
These shrinks figured that with these new techniques they designed, they could release hidden memories.
You can hear me.
You okay?
I want to go home. I wouldn't tell anybody about this. If they find out about Hank, they're gonna find out about the others. Quit of the others.
I want to come home. I am so sorry.
All right, there's a lot to like in that trailer. I think one of the things for me that sticks out the most is, this idea of fear being a place. It's an abandoned asylum, a mental hospital that had been in business, I guess, or in operation for over 100 years before it was condemned. And the idea is, do the things that happen in a particular place last beyond the timing of those events? Can what happened in those hospitals, or in any hospital really, hospitals, jails, houses, whatever, do the events that take place last in that space long after they're gone? And this film kind of dabbles in that, fear of a place, and not just fear of the place of lingering, lingering insanity, but fear of, madness, and fear of possession, and fear of murder. There really is, the film really does play up this, plays up this sickness, that lived in those walls, and not just the sickness of the mentally ill, to a large degree that's not their fault, but also a sickness in terms of how they were treated by the doctors, by the people, their caretakers, and that is a really big you know, even back whenever this film was made, you know, it wasn't quite talked about, but, you know, more so now in 2021, that is a big deal, you know, mental health and how we treat those people. And a lot of public institutions were closed, you know, across the country, and, you know, where did those patients go? And so that really does, this film kind of raises that question, you know, almost, you know, 20 some years ago, whenever this film came out. But, you know, that fear of place is something that I'm really going to dive into, and this idea of possession, not just by the possession of space, but by, you know, possession of ideas. You know, as the tapes get played, you know, the different sessions get played throughout, you know, the cleanup that's going on in this building that's over 100 years old, you know, those ideas begin to creep into the mind of the viewer. And, you know, ironically, possess our imagination as we're surrounded by this dilapidated building that's supposed to be reclamated for something. You know, yeah, can a space like that, where tragedy and horror has taken place, can it ever be reclaimed? You know, this is an interesting question to me. You know, and if it can be reclaimed, how? You know, how do you restore not just the lives of those people that lived there, but how do you restore a space and get rid of, or at least honor, the events that took place within those walls? Can you do it in a way that that can acknowledge the horrors and atrocities that took place, and move forward from that? Or are there just certain places that have had certain things happen in them that have to forever be that, or forever be a monument to the atrocities that took place there? And so that's what I think awaits us in the world of Session 9, and I look forward to sharing more of my thoughts with this film with you all in the coming weeks. So again, if you guys like this channel and like this content and some of the analysis that we do, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.